Hello everyone. Today I'm going to continue the yesterday's topic, which is which is from the book of the Robert Greene, The Laws of Human Nature, chapter 15, which says, "Make them want to follow you," which in the beginning tells the story of Elizabeth Tudor, who ruled in England in the 16th century, in the mid 16th century, and turning it into one of the most powerful, one of the powerful country in Europe. So in the last video, I've told you about that how she raised to power in just a brief, because that is what I have remembered, I have recalled by uh, reading 3 or 4 pages of this book, The Laws of Human Nature. Today, I'm going to tell you about uh, those things which Robert Greene points out as the keys of human nature. So this chapter largely talks about that a leader, a person who remains in authority. But before going into that, first let me clarify this, that people have condemned the word authority. People only know that authority means someone who is a dictator like persons, or someone who of like Kim Jong-un or the Vladimir Putin or Xi Jinping. These are leaders who take control surveillance over their state. But in fact, uh, that might be of one meaning of the word authority or authoritarian leader or the dictator, but there are several other meanings of this word authority. And if you look at that in history, those dictators like Saddam Hussein or Gaddafi or Idi Amin, those dictators will murdered by the people or by the American forces or by somebody else, assassinated, uh, because they are too rigid. They show total cruelty to the common people, and therefore their power wins, their power decreases, and they remain from a large empire to a short room. So this before moving into that, how to look at authority in our mind, because we have been put in our minds that authority means falseness. Authority means someone who is dictator, someone who is cruel, someone who is wicked. But we have to look at it with another perspective, because for hundreds of years, not only in India but in almost in all over the world, there was the system of monarchy. So if that monarchy system was much if the monarchy system was too uh, what I say too dangerous, then how it survived for hundreds of years? Yes, there might be reasons, several reasons, because people were put into their mind by the churches, by the priests, by the holy orthodox religious teachers, that the king is the chosen one. But there are times when the king of any country was really uh, 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 was really in a sense of depressed, was really weak at power, but still their people believe in him. What it means that the king is kind, the king is legitimate, the king is fearful to the people. So before we make our any belief that the word authority is a dirty word, and to be any authoritarian leader is somewhat a filthy word, we have to look at that. We have to observe our definition then. Now, as Robert Greene in the beginning pointed out, that we as a humans thinks that our emotions are pure. What we feel, that we are happy now, that we are 100% happy. We are happy that somebody else has achieved something, so we become happy. I'm delighted that somebody has achieved happiness. Robert Greene said that this is not the case. The thing is not simple as we think of, or probably our mind tricks us that, oh, this thing is as simple as that, and you don't need to think much about that, because if you think much, then you are going to suffer. Then you have to question your beliefs. And if a person feels heartened, a person feels that he feels wanted when his beliefs or her beliefs started to destroy. When there is a question, somebody poses a question on the beliefs of a person, a belief that is very fundamental to him or her. So that is the case. Robert Greene says that our mind often, or perhaps 99% of the time in our day, more than that, perhaps 100% of our time in a day, if we are largely unconscious that the decisions we take, we are driven by our emotions. Like I've said in one of my videos that we are humans take our decisions based on emotions, then we justify it with our logic, with our so-called rationality. Very few people, I think, the people whom you can count on fingers, those people are the really who take decisions with logic, using their prefrontal cortex, using the left part of their brain, which are responsible for logic, reasonable, rationality, and all the rest of it. So Robert Greene says that that is in the case. We feel a mixture of emotions. We do not feel pure emotions. We feel mixture of emotions. If somebody has attained a goal, for example, if somebody is preparing highly for becoming an IS officer, and he had done it or she had done it, then you will be happy because he or she is your friend. But on the other hand, you will feel jealous. You will feel pressure that your friend has achieved a goal, what he once dreamed of, and what you are doing now. You are in the same position. You feel envy, you feel jealous, you feel inferior to your friend. Might be your friend didn't have any type of conceitedness come into him after cracking UPSC or cracking JEE Mains in advance or cracking NEET or any other competitive examination or attending a big package, but you feel a type of disgust. You might not express it, you might not accept it, but that is our human nature, that is in our core, that is in our blood, that we feel inferiority, we feel that we are inferior, our friends have done much work, we are the one procrastinator, we are the failure, there is nothing special in us. This is the thing. So Robert Greene points out that uh, we humans wants to lead by somebody. We humans, this is the second point, that we humans think that there must be a leader who lead us, and if we didn't find a leader, we feel hysterical, we feel frustration that nobody is here to lead us in this way because we are unknown. So we feel hysterical, we feel frustrated, and when a leader comes in and leads us, then we respect him or her, adore him or her. But on the other hand, we also envy, we also jealousy of his powers, because we think that he is or she is superior to us, and he or she might use powers to control us if we speak something against him. He or she try to suppress us. This is the thing, this is the feeling that we always have. It might be that if that leader will if that leader talked with us with respect, uh, 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 behave us with as we are equal, that he or she is not a leader and we are not their employees, but we are equal. But in the inner sense, in the core, he believe that he is superior to us and he can do something that is far more dangerous for me. So this is feeling in us. Now coming to the third point, Lord Green points out that leadership is not something that you can that is this is the position or this is the exam that you can go achieve. Leadership is a dynamic relationship. You have to take care of your employees. If you are the leader of your company, if you are CEO of a company, you have to take in concern of all your employees. If you are a captain of a team, you have to take concern of all your team members, because it is not the only you who can single-handedly won the many match. It is if it is a cricket team, then you need the consent of all the 10 players remaining after you. So you have to take concern of that, what they are thinking about you, how they what is happening in their life, because that much affect their game in the matches. So as a leader, you look at to and the dynamic relations. Should correlate with your team, and in that way you will be able to connect with people like Ashoka, the great king, have had done, like the Elizabeth Tudor had done the story that was put in the book by Robert Greene, and several other leaders in the past have had happened. So this is the thing, and this is the third thing. The first thing is that there are twin pillars of authority. Now, as we have discussed, that leadership is a dynamic relationship. You have to connect with people. You have to connect with your employees. Now comes with that leadership has twin pillars of authority. First is empathy. Second is vision. So, if I may look that nobody, not a single leader can be possible or can be called as a great if he or she had no any vision, a greater vision. And if you look at the great leaders in the world, like Martin Luther King Jr., he had a vision that he wanted to free black people, free American black people from the hatred, from the racism that they face every day, every time, every second. So he has a greater vision. After even he had assassinated, his ideas flown all over the America, and not only America, all over the world even. So therefore we remember him as the Martin Luther King Jr., one of the greatest orator of our time, one of the greatest leader of our time, and we gave name to him, to his ideas at non-violence. We gave name that Black Gandhi. So this is what the first thing, or the first and foremost thing that people want to see in their leader, is that that a leader has a great vision for his country, for his team, for his company. Like Prime Minister Modi, he gave us a great vision of being a Viksit Bharat by 2047. Whether it is practically possible or not, we will talk later about that. But he has a vision that we will become a Viksit Bharat, a developed nation by 2047. So this can be said that this is one of the quality of a great leader, that he has a vision, that he will do certain things, and he tried to unify the entire entire player of the team to look at that dream, to that vision at their own. When we achieve that vision, when we achieve that goal, we will feel that we have achieved it by ourselves. It is not that the leader who achieved it, it is that I have achieved this. The every employee of the company, the every player of the team, every people of a country will feel that we have achieved this. This is what people will people will connect with you.